At first glance, it seems really easy to dismiss Minecraft Story Mode as just another mediocre game that's trying to cash in on Minecraft's popularity. After all, Telltale's released a lot of games recently with some really deep stories, and Minecraft's lifeless land of cubes doesn't exactly have the compelling lore that serves as the foundation for Telltale's other games. As a fan of Minecraft as well as the other Telltale games, I decided to take a risk and see just how well this new game is handled. Should gamers take this project seriously, or does it all fall flat in its face? This is my review of Minecraft Story Mode. The first thing that's obvious when looking at this game is that the graphics are taken directly from Minecraft in all of their low resolution glory. This initially seems disappointing, since these low caliber graphics really shouldn't be acceptable in such a cinematic game. However, as I saw more of the world, I realized just how much work actually did go into the graphics. Player models are far more detailed than characters in actual Minecraft, yet the added details are just subtle enough to not look out of place. The game isn't afraid to break some of Minecraft's other rules either, occasionally breaking its physics and pushing the engine's limitations to create some really cool scenes. Again, these inconsistencies to the source material never actually detracted from the experience. In fact, they added to it. I somehow gained a greater appreciation for what is possible in Minecraft by seeing what's possible when you remove the boundaries of the game itself. But with all of that said, the area that really impressed me graphically was the animation. Anyone who's tried to play Minecraft from third person knows that the animations are pretty wonky, but someone at Telltale went the extra mile and made everything in the world move in a fast and fluid, but detailed and realistic way. It's honestly a joy to watch in motion, and every character is quite acrobatic, adding to the inherent goofiness of Minecraft, and showcasing just how awesome this game looks with a bit of extra detail added in. But of course, this inherent goofiness is part of what turns so many people away from this game at first glance. It's clear that this game is made to appeal to a slightly younger audience than the average Telltale game, and some of the humor especially seems aimed at younger children, but thankfully, I never found any of it cringeworthy, and it definitely doesn't detract from the rest of the experience. The game otherwise doesn't feel like it was streamlined for younger players. It feels very much like a story written for fans of any age. To be honest, I didn't expect Minecraft characters to have a sense of mortality, so I was pleasantly surprised by just how dark this game can get. Which means that, once in a while, you have to make some difficult choices. In general, each episode has about one pivotal moment which involves a difficult, engaging choice, but any player agency in between these moments is mostly just filler that achieves the same outcome in the long, or even really the short term. Part of what makes those tough moments work is the game's ability to set the atmosphere of each scene. The music is very clearly written to be background music, but it's still high quality and a pleasure to listen to. But what the music really is great at is drilling the desired tone into the player's mind. There are cheesy motivational songs used to help you build connections with the characters you're interacting with. There's intense, ominous, threatening music used to really make you fear the threats that the game's presenting to you, and everything in between. Also effective at building atmosphere is the use of QuickTime events and other minor gameplay elements. A scary chase scene is only made more tense when you know that at any second you could be asked to scramble and rapidly input a life or death command. Another interesting gameplay mechanic is the implementation of Minecraft-esque combat. It's incredibly simplified, but it's used so sparingly for effect that the lack of depth doesn't actually undermine the desired effect on the game's pacing. But even though the game does everything that it can to help keep you engaged through cutscene-heavy sections, the pacing can still feel a bit off in places. The action sequences are sometimes undermined by their sheer length, and they drag on for too long. I would sit there wondering when the QuickTime events would end and I would just get to the next plot point already. These sequences are separated by slower point-and-click sections that offer much needed downtime, as well as a little bit of extra world building and some puzzles. The puzzles are quite easy, but the real appeal of these sections are the little interactions with the world and the introduction of side characters. You interact with some pretty fun and entertaining people, and the world consistently feels full of awesome, colorful things that I would love to see more of. But of course, these sections move slowly, and without challenging puzzles, they can drag on too. Even though so much of this game overstays its welcome and feels like it drags on, some episodes just feel too short and end rather abruptly. Despite the cool ideas implemented to help engage players, Minecraft Story Mode simply has messy pacing. As mentioned earlier, the game's cast is varied and mostly a delight to interact with. The first episode does a really nice job of setting up a lot of the main characters in a way that really invests the player in them, and side characters are similarly well handled. This investment in the main characters is what made me think long and hard about my actions, especially in the first few episodes. However, the game struggles to maintain this investment long term. Many characters, even the most pivotal ones, don't get any real character development, and even the ones that do follow story arcs that are really predictable from the moment you meet them. Unfortunately, the overall plot suffers from similar problems. There are several intertwined plot lines, each with its own clever application of the source material. But, just like the characters, these plotlines are founded on fantastic premises, but never really go anywhere. They're abandoned just as quickly as they're introduced, which is hugely disappointing since the core ideas behind some of them really heighten my appreciation for the world of Minecraft itself. Deep at the core of Minecraft Story Mode, there's a kernel of greatness. The adaptation of the Minecraft world is executed magnificently. This world feels alive and like something I really want to be a part of. There are a lot of fun characters who, at times, force you to make a few difficult choices. However, just about every character and plotline fail to deliver on their potential, creating plot holes and just wasting narrative potential. Just on my first playthrough, there was more than one moment where I thought, yeah, that feels like amateur storytelling. As a result, this probably won't be a satisfying experience for fans of story-based games. Also, people who play Minecraft for its open-ended nature and lack of linearity will feel very restricted by story mode, since their decisions rarely mean anything at all, and the game mechanics are streamlined to the point that the gameplay isn't fulfilling in itself. It's just a tool that's used to set up an atmosphere and further the plot. And don't get me wrong, it works well for that purpose, but it's hard to appreciate good atmosphere when the story itself is so flawed. But I can't reiterate just how impressed I was with Telltale's adaptation of the source material, visually, mechanically, and in spirit. It's a narrative game built on a brilliant foundation, but on top of that foundation is a messy and unfulfilling story. The saving grace of this game is that its references to the source material are clever enough to keep someone with extensive knowledge of Minecraft engaged, as long as the lack of mechanical depth doesn't turn them off. I can only recommend Minecraft Story Mode to someone who's a fan of narratively focused games who also has a deep appreciation of Minecraft, like me. I give Minecraft Story Mode a 6 out of 10. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching my new review, it means a lot to me. If you enjoyed it, let me know. If you have any feedback, let me know in the comments, you know, all that interaction stuff, liking, subscribing, you know what to do from every other YouTuber ever. I'm so sorry, it took over a year to get a new review to you guys, but it won't happen again, you know, like 2015, a lot of stuff happened, both in real life and in the process of trying to make videos. I promise you guys that I did try, but I think we've got all that ironed out. It's time to have, you know, the Master of Cubes Regenesis 2016. Let's go. I'm going to start live streaming on my Twitch channel. You can expect Demo Man coming out again. You know, that series I started and released 3 episodes of and was half the content I uploaded last year, but I never really continued it. Well, that's coming back, okay? Have fun with that, guys. I really think you'll enjoy it. It's gonna be a great year. See you guys then. Thanks for watching.